Every pet parent is familiar with those irresistible puppy eyes. When our dogs stare at us, whether for a treat or some attention, their big round eyes leave us powerless. But sometimes these stares seem to last an eternity, and you may wonder, why on earth is my dog staring at me? Unfortunately, the answer isn't that simple because dogs can stare at humans for a number of reasons. In this article, we'll explore 10 such fascinating reasons why your dog can't seem to take their eyes off you. 10 reasons why your dog is staring at you below. We have discussed 10 of the most common reasons why a dog stares at its owner. 1. Seeking attention. Dogs often need constant attention. When they see you're busy with your own work, they can resort to staring as a way to communicate their desire for interaction. This can even go on for an extended duration if they feel a bit neglected. The best thing you can do here is take a small break and shower them with some love and cuddles. But just a heads up, this will reinforce their behavior, leading to more stares. 2. Expressing affection. A soft stare accompanied by a relaxed posture and soft expressions can be a way to express affection. This gentle and affectionate look speaks volumes about their love and admiration for you. Thus, it's important that you reciprocate the love with gentle petting, cuddles, or verbal praise. 3. Reading your behavior. Dogs are highly perceptive, and they often observe humans to understand our body language, facial expressions, and overall behavior. This is a sort of attentive staring that allows dogs to learn from our behavior or anticipate what might happen next. 4. Seeking guidance. Sometimes, dogs stare at humans for visual cues on what they should do or how they should behave in certain situations. This is especially common in dogs that are getting trained with positive reinforcement methods. They learn to associate a specific action with rewards and treats. For example, when you're teaching a puppy to sit, they can learn that sitting on command gives them treats. As a result, they might start staring at you, waiting for your instructions or signals that would indicate they can sit down and receive their well-deserved reward. 5. Looking for protection. When a dog feels unsafe or uneasy, they might stare at their owners for protection or to seek reassurance. In such situations, they might even show more signs of anxiety or distress, such as trembling or excessive panting. If you can spot the source of their distress, you should address it and take appropriate steps to make your dog feel safe and comfortable. However, sometimes this can happen in an awkward situation where you can't really do anything. For example, some dogs stare at their humans while pooping. It's because that is a vulnerable position for them, and they look at you for protection in case something happens. This is where you may not be able to do anything about the staring, but you should just let them do their business without any unnecessary interruptions or distractions. 6. Trying to convey something. Another common reason why dogs stare at humans is to convey something. It can be something as simple as they want to go for a potty break, or they can't find their favorite toy. But sometimes a stare can also indicate some bigger problem, like they are having some kind of pain or physical discomfort. Thus, it's important to pay attention to your dog's body language and understand what they're trying to communicate. If you notice some problematic signs of distress, like aggression or excessive whining, it would be best to consult with a veterinarian. 7. Trying to get food. If your dog is staring at you when you're eating something, they are probably trying to manipulate you into sharing some of your food. Dogs are always curious about what you eat, and they're always ready to taste some table scraps. However, you need to be careful, as some human foods can be toxic for dogs. Their soft puppy eye stare might be tempting, but you should refrain from sharing any of your food. Instead, you can keep aside a healthy treat that they can eat during your mealtime. Furthermore, you should educate yourself about what kinds of human foods are safe and what are toxic for dogs. Also, know that feeding them table scraps isn't good for their health, because if you feed them more than 10% of their daily calories, it can lead to overfeeding or a deficiency in essential nutrients crucial for their overall health. The other downside is that some dogs will refrain from eating a more traditional extruded diet and hold out for table scraps, which taste better and create an overly picky dog. 8. Acting confused. If you have said something while looking in their direction or you're doing something out of the ordinary, Your dog may stare at you with confusion. This look is often accompanied by head tilts and curious eyes. You can simply engage with them and respond positively. 9. Suffering from cognitive dysfunction. In older dogs, staring into space or at someone can be a sign of cognitive dysfunction or doggy dementia. It happens because they become disoriented and confused about their surroundings. They might even fail to recognize familiar people or objects. This results in prolonged stares where they try to make sense of their environment. If you think your older dog is suffering from dementia, it's important to consult with a veterinarian. They will evaluate your dog's symptoms and provide proper guidance to help manage their condition. 10. Showing aggression. If an unknown dog stares at you with an intense gaze, it can indicate aggression. It would be accompanied by a stiff body, growling, and tense facial expressions. In such situations, you should stay cautious, avoid direct eye contact, and calmly get away from the dog. If it's your own dog that is showing signs of aggression with intense stares, they might be scared of some new people or house guests. They might even turn aggressive when they are guarding their food or a favorite toy. Even in this situation, you should avoid direct eye contact, keep them away from anything that triggers aggression, and seek professional help. What to do when your dog is staring at you? Pet parents are often confused about what they should do when their dog keeps staring at them. Should you ignore them or should you stare back? You know your dog the best, and with time should be able to understand your dog's body language. It's important to consider the overall context when interpreting your dog's stare. If your dog has a soft stare with no other signs of distress, then they might be just looking for your attention or expressing affection. However, if your dog's stare is intense and accompanied by signs like tense facial expressions and growling, it could indicate aggression. This could be either because they feel unsafe in the presence of new people or they're having some physical discomfort. It's important to avoid eye contact in such situations and keep them away from anything that triggers aggression. If the problem persists, consider consulting with a veterinarian. FAQs, let's answer some frequently asked questions about why dogs stare at their owners. 1. Why does my dog stare at me? There can be several reasons why your dog is staring at you. It could be a way of seeking your attention, expressing affection, or to communicate a specific message. Some dogs even stare at their owner to observe and learn from their behavior or to seek protection when they feel unsafe. To figure out why your dog is staring at you, you should understand the overall context by studying their behavior and body language. If you have any concerns about their excessive staring, it's advisable to consult with a veterinarian. 2. Why does my dog stare at me when I eat? If your dog stares at you when you eat, then they're probably trying to manipulate you into sharing some of your food. Their soft puppy eyes might be tempting, but you should avoid feeding them table scraps, as some human foods can be toxic for dogs. 3. Why does my dog stare at me when he poops? While pooping, a dog is in a vulnerable position, and they want you to protect them in case something goes wrong. It can sound weird, but this shows they trust you to keep them safe. And while you may not be able to do anything in such a situation, you can simply let them do their business without unnecessary interruptions or distractions. Summing up, every dog is unique, and the reasons behind their staring can also vary based on various factors. As a pet parent, you'll most likely familiarize yourself with their behaviors and understand their body language to interpret the context and intention behind their stares. If you feel your dog is staring at you too often or they're exhibiting signs of distress, you can consider taking them to a veterinarian.